Convocation is now in session. As Chancellor, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our 312th Convocation. Before we proceed with the ceremony, I would like to call upon Professor Margaret Kello to present Western University's land acknowledgement.
Western University is situated on the traditional land of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, Lenapehoek, Attawandaron peoples who have long-standing relationships to the region of southwestern Ontario and the City of London. In close proximity to Western, there are 3 local First Nations communities: the Chippewas of the Thames First Nation, Oneida Nation of the Thames, and Munsee Delaware Nation. In the region of southwestern Ontario, there are 11 First Nations and a growing Indigenous urban population. Western recognizes the significant historical and contemporary contributions of local and regional First Nations and of all the original peoples of Turtle Island, North America, to the development of Canada. Miigwech.
To all our graduates, first let me say congratulations. You've worked hard to achieve this. Graduation represents a major milestone in your lives. At Convocation, we assemble as a university community to celebrate and recognize your achievements at Western and to wish you every success for the future. Your learning days are far from over. Learning is a lifelong process. Western has not provided you with answers to all questions. At most, we hope that what stays with you is a way of thinking objectively, approaching problems with an open mind, and a healthy respect for new ideas, all tempered with compassion and empathy for the human condition. You are forever a cherished member of this great university, founded 140 years ago. We welcome you to the Western family. Again, congratulations to each and every one of you. Today, we also confer an honorary degree upon Charlotte Fischer in acknowledgement of her accomplishments as a scientist whose training and research spans applied mathematics, astronomy, chemistry, computing, and physics. As an eminent scientist and the first woman to win a Sloan Foundation Fellowship, we celebrate your remarkable life and many scientific contributions as a distinguished Canadian scientist. To present our distinguished candidate, I now call upon Dean Matt Davison, Faculty of Science.
Dr. Charlotte Froese Fischer. Chancellor Cowan, President Chakma, honored guests, graduates. It is my pleasure today to introduce Dr. Charlotte Froese Fischer to the Western University community. Dr. Charlotte Froese Fischer's pioneering work in applying numerical and computational techniques to problems of computational atomic theory has led to seminal contributions to our understanding of atomic structure. Using numerical calculations, Professor Fischer was able to predict the existence of a negatively charged calcium ion even before this ion was ever detected experimentally, although the experiments later confirmed her calculations. For this and related work, Professor Froese Fischer was honored by induction into the American Physical Society in 1991. A lifelong and very successful academic, Professor Froese Fischer has been on the faculty of the University of British Columbia, the University of Waterloo, Penn State University, and Vanderbilt University in departments of mathematics, computer science, and electrical engineering. Her pioneering work spans not only research, but also teaching and program development. She was instrumental in the introduction of numerical analysis into the mathematics department at UBC, as well as in the formation of the computer science department at UBC. Professor Froese Fischer was born in the Donetsk region in the present-day Ukraine to a Mennonite family. However, while still very young, her family emigrated to Chilliwack, British Columbia. She obtained her BA degree in math and chemistry in 1952 and her MA degree in applied math in 1954, both from the University of British Columbia. Professor Froese Fischer obtained her PhD in applied mathematics and computing at Cambridge in 1957, working on programming an early computer called the EDSAC to do atomic structure calculations. The author of more than 300 research articles on computational atomic theory, many with far-reaching impact, Dr. Froese Fischer has also written 2 books, one about computational atomic structure and the other a biography of her mentor and PhD advisor, Douglas Hartree. Dr. Froese Fischer has been recognized not only as a Fellow of the American Physical Society, but also, very early in her career, as an Alfred P. Sloan Foundation Research Fellow, and more recently, as a member of the Royal Physiographic Society in Lund, and as a foreign member of the Lithuanian Academy of Sciences. She was awarded an honorary doctorate in technology from Malmö University in Sweden. Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor and in the name of the Senate, I ask you to confer the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa upon Professor Charlotte Froese Fischer.
Chancellor, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa. Congratulations, Dr. Fischer. On behalf of all assembled here today, I should now like to invite our newest alumna, Dr. Charlotte Fischer, to address Convocation.
Chancellor Coward, President and Vice Chancellor Chakma, distinguished faculty, graduating students, family, and friends. It is an honor and a privilege for me to be here today, all the more so since I have no direct connection to your great university. I come to you as a woman scientist and a retired academic. It's unbelievable in a way, but 20 years ago, I gave up teaching and began finishing the many projects I had started. At the same time, I continued research by collaborating with former postdocs. Many of my fellow residents in retirement play bridge, do crossword puzzles. I do research. But I'm also here as an immigrant. I was 6 months old when my parents landed at St. John, New Brunswick, fleeing from the Russian Revolution. It was the height of the 1929 Depression. Duncan Mackay and his family welcomed us to their home in Aberdeen, Saskatchewan. Father worked on the farm, mother in the house. Over a period of 4 years, they managed to save $150 that they used as a down payment for the purchase of 10 acres of virgin land near Chilliwack, BC, in the Fraser Valley. This is where I grew up. I, of course, remember virtually nothing of those early years, although I do remember the poverty. The only book in our family was the Bible. Going to school opened a whole new world to me, particularly in high school when the school bus took me to Chilliwack and I discovered the city library. For me, school was like a vacation. Life today is very different. Given the ubiquity of technologies and the rapid rate of change, fundamental skills in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics are needed for many future career paths. Artificial intelligence is now sufficiently well understood to where it will greatly affect our lives in the near future. Society needs innovative ideas from everyone, including those of women. So how did I become a woman in science? When I went to university, I wanted to be a bacteriologist, but I soon found that half the class was better than I was. Aptitude tests had always indicated that I should study mathematics, but I did not see math as leading to a job. I wanted to do a job I wanted. However, I also felt that I should pursue a subject in which I could excel, and decided to double major. Math because it was easy, chemistry for my future. Yeah. No, where was I? Over time, a professor of the math department convinced me that if I was good enough, there would be a job for me. Upon graduation, I went to Ottawa as a summer student in mathematics. I spent the entire summer in front of a desk calculator. The experience convinced me that if mathematics meant computing, then I should study computers. My supervisor was from Cambridge University and suggested I write to Douglas Hartree, who is well known for his interest in computing. So off I went to Cambridge to study the most advanced computer of the day, the EDSEC. Before leaving, I had applied to NRC for a scholarship to study abroad. I got the scholarship, but to my surprise, it was valid only in Canada. Somebody had made a mistake, but no, I was denied. At that point, I took out a loan and stayed in the UK for 2 years, just long enough to satisfy the residence requirement for a Cambridge PhD. I finished my thesis at the Computation Centre of the University of Toronto. It was there that I met Beatrice Worsley, who had preceded me by 5 years at Cambridge University and is, in my view, Canada's first computer pioneer, male or female. She died suddenly in 1972 at the age of 50. Like so many women, she did not talk about her achievements. 30 years later, I learned she had studied with individuals who today are leaders in the technology field, including 3 months with Alan Turing, known from the popular movie The Imitation Game, but also the first to write about computers and intelligence. In my days at Cambridge, the question was, can computers think? For which the answer is no. Computers do what they're told. But Turing changed the question to, can computers exhibit intelligent behavior? Which now seems to be yes. I hope Trixie will be honored at the new Museum of Science and Technology in Ottawa in due course. There were few job opportunities for when I completed my PhD, but I received an excellent offer from the mathematics department at UBC, and that is how I became an academician. Their computing center had just purchased a computer. I participated in their activities and introduced numerical analysis courses into the mathematics curriculum, so teaching could overlap with my research interests. In those days, each computer had its own, quotes, language. The summer of 1960, I had the opportunity to spend a few months at the Boeing Airplane Company in Renton, Washington, just 150 miles south of Vancouver. They had the latest IBM 7090 computer, also the first Fortran compiler. The latter supported a universal mathematical language, and I saw immediately that it provided an opportunity for a portable research project. And indeed, the next summer, I was invited to the Harvard College Observatory, where they also had an IBM 7090. So I started a project for predicting atomic properties. My research was funded for 30 years by the US Department of Energy. One of the most ambitious energy projects in the world today is the ITER project, aimed at generating clean energy by a process similar to the way it is produced by the sun. Many countries in the world are members of ITER. Europe, Russia, China, Japan, USA, etc., but Canada is not a member. My work on calcium minus that was mentioned was a serendipitous discovery. In those days, it was believed that elements in the second column of the periodic table could not form negative ions. Professor Vasco and his postdoc, then at the University of Toronto, were using density functional theory to compute scandium minus. I decided to try some calculations of my own and observe the role the 3D electron played in predicting the electron affinity. Scandium is adjacent to calcium in the periodic table, so it occurred to me that maybe the same was true in calcium. In fact, it was. We wrote a paper and published it, submitted it to the most prestigious journal in physics. The paper was rejected. Nobody wanted to believe our result. We resubmitted, but it was rejected again. So we had a choice. We could go to another journal. I decided to wait. Sure enough, in less than 3 years, there was an experimental paper which predicted an electron affinity very close to mine, and of course, our paper was published. This is a good example of the role of computation in physics. I believe strongly that computation can replace experiment in many situations and often costs a lot less. A few weeks ago, we heard the exciting news that Donna Strickland from the University of Waterloo was the third woman ever to be awarded a Nobel Prize in Physics. It was for her work on lasers, and surprisingly, the first paper she had ever published. She got interested in laser physics already in high school. She compared her situation with that of Maria Goeppert-Mayer, the second woman granted the same prize, but back in 1963. Because of anti-nepotism in those days, Maria was often unpaid or given a job as assistant because her husband was also on the faculty. Dr. Strickland always had a regular position with a salary and cited this as an example of the progress that has been made in the last 50 years with regard to women in science. I believe there are other examples as well. So, members of the graduating class, in comparing my graduation with yours, you will see that there have been tremendous changes. Anticipate further changes and plan for a lifetime of learning. Here is another factor to consider. In 1950, the longevity for males and females was 66 and 71 years, respectively. So it made a lot of sense to take retirement between ages 60 and 65. According to Statistics Canada, for 2018, the ages are 80 and 84. So retirement age needs to change. Individuals age in different ways, and more are becoming centenarians. Googling the internet, I found, to my surprise, that education is one of the strongest predictors of life expectancy. What does it mean? Statistically, educated individuals live longer than those less educated. My congratulations to the graduating class for your achievements to date. Go out into the world, make your parents proud, and make this planet we live on a better place. Also remember, you may live to be 100. My best wishes to every one of you.
Thank you very much, Charlotte, for your thoughtful address and for sharing with us your fascinating scientific journey. As an internationally renowned mathematician and computer scientist, you have helped pave the way for young people today pursuing careers in STEM subjects. Through your philanthropy, you have also established scholarships that encourage young women in those areas of study and help fund their education. Distinguished guests, please join me once again in congratulating Western's newest Honorary Doctor of Science, Dr. Charlotte Fischer. Will the candidates for degrees, diplomas, and certificates please rise? Mr. Chancellor, I'm very much honored to present to you the candidates who have successfully completed their academic programs at Western. I ask you to admit them to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates for which they have been recommended by the Senate of our university.
Under the authority vested in me by the Senate, you will be admitted to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates as shall be announced by the public orators.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chancellor. Will the candidates please be seated? Mr. Chancellor, graduating students, colleagues, and distinguished guests, Convocation is the single most important time of celebration in the life of the university. Today, we honor those graduating students who, through determination, hard work, and intelligence, have met the demanding standards of a Western degree. Today is a proud day for all of us associated with Western, including our Board of Governors and Senate, our faculty, our staff, and our friends in the community. It is wonderful to see so many members of our community of learning who have taken the time to be with us today to celebrate this important day in the lives of our graduates and the life of the university. Today, those of you crossing the stage join a very special group known as Western Alumni that numbers more than 300,000 alumni living in 150 different countries around the world. We are pleased to have Dr. Jason Winders representing our Alumni Association, and I would ask him to please stand and be recognized. Western's Board of Governors is charged with responsibility for the overall governance of this institution. Today we have with us Professor Jane Toswell representing our Board of Governors, and I'll ask her to please stand and be recognized. I would also like to acknowledge and thank the parents, spouses, partners, children, relatives, and friends of our graduates who are here today. This celebration would not have been possible without your loving support. Now I ask that our graduating class rise once again, turn around, face your family and friends, and give them a warm round of applause for supporting your journey. Now let me congratulate once again the remarkable students who graduate today with Western degrees. Today, you become partners in the outstanding achievements of the University of Western Ontario. My warmest wishes to each and every one of you. So now we'll proceed with the granting of the degrees, diplomas, and certificates. Before we do so, I have two special requests for those of you in the audience. First, as a courtesy to all our graduates and their families, please hold your applause and other expressions of joy until the public orator's signal when applause is appropriate throughout the ceremony. This will ensure that each graduate's name will be heard. We take enormous pride in each of our graduates and what they have accomplished, and we take equal pride in how we conduct our convocation ceremonies. So your cooperation is vitally important. So let me elaborate exactly what will happen. So first we'll be granting degrees to our doctoral candidates one at a time. Please hold your applause till the entire graduating class receiving doctoral degrees has cross the stage, and our public auditors will know, when that happens, and they'll signal and, of course, join us at that point in time to celebrate our graduates. Once we are done with the doctoral candidates, then we'll have 3 graduates crossing the stage at a given time. And again, we wait for a particular class to be completed, and again, we celebrate after that is done. Second request is very simple. We know that photographs are important for graduates and their families. As you heard before this ceremony began, we are pleased to provide each of our graduates with a photograph of this very special occasion. So we ask that you remain in your seats and, of course, feel free to take pictures from there. I now call on the public auditors to introduce the candidates for degrees.
Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates from the School of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies for the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Hassan Bayat. Marco Zanoni. Beatrix Bocazar. Yamen El-Bahi. Mahmoud El-Halwaji. Daoping Guo. Sohail Haji Rahim Khan. Bassem Mikael Haroun. Carol Ann Lane.
So when I send you.
David Mara. Shirzad Mohajerani. Tamer Mohammed Abdelatif Mohammed. Abdallah Mubayed. Human Pesapar. Jacob Mackenzie Reeves. Haniya Salehi. Emamer Kamis Schafter. Claudio Silva Lira. Doran Sinar. Shengtai Zhou. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Doctor of Education. Lorraine Bailey Wallace. Paul Charles Bennett. Colin Couchman. Lisa Ann Cranston. Gina Crawford. David Owen Decker. Lenny Dinanath. Julia Catherine Dunlop. Leah Eden. Zeleka Faramand. Angelica Farr. Robin Lynn Hanley Dafoe. Annalise Jane Hayes. Nathaniel Ryan Hayes. Stephanie Lynn Hain-Beatty. Erica Hegadush. Peter Allen Mall. Julia Manini. Kashif Memon. Kimberly Dawn Miller. Deanna Nicole Milne. Melanie Molnar. Dana Morningstar. Jason Pankratz. Karen Penny. Christy Raymond Pettipaw. Joe Stokes. Jeffrey Wright.
Okay, and you work from these, not from that.
Yeah.
And you're going to read that card first, and why? Give me a minute. There's 2 and 3.
Oh, thanks.
All right, hang on just a moment. So we've got Emmanuel and Bailey. All right, so you can read out this, that card tonight.
All set. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Master of Arts. Manuela Bringi, Bailey Ann Fried, Zhao Jin. Megan Elizabeth Johnston, Tsi Wing Zita, Jing Chu.
Okay, there's only 2 in this group.
Yu Song, Yanan Sui.
It's a new group. And what's the first name?
Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Master of Engineering. Tamara Abu Abed, Chijoki Martins Amadi, Erfan Borjan Borejeni.
Jyoti.
Thanks. Clifford Steve Campbell, Jyoti Swarup Chiguluru, Chanshu Dai. Get them in the right order there.
Okay, so that's always going to be the first one.
Yeah. Aldo Andres D'Andrea Palmar, Komal Ramakant Desai, Johnson Devasia. Ajay Partap Singh Dillon, Zheng Dong, Terry Elizabeth Dockstader. Got it. Rajesh Reddy Dwarampudi, Muazzam Faizan, Mohammed Samir Farawana. Elba Emaris Fernandez, Yugi Fu, Cheng Gao. No problem. Very well. Mitra Gaderi, Fariba Gohari, Yishwan Han. Oh yeah, I had these ones. Didn't practice them. Ankita Hazarika, Nadia Teresa Heliher Acevedo, Yuan Hu. Yushu Ho, Siran Jia, Bowen Zhang. Ping Zhang, Zhudongzi Zhang, Omamoki Kosisochi Kago. Yongwoo Kim, Parminder Singh Kunar, Palash Kumar. Jun Lei Li, Pengfei Li, Yaoshi Liu. Pujan Pankajbhai Lodhawala, Nilesh Kumar Suresh Kumar Luhar, Ankush Mahendru. Rocio Maldonado Nunez, Malik Malakovsky, Megan Maloney.
Ladies and gentlemen, this Master of Engineering class is very large. Let's take a break and give a round of applause for those who've crossed already.
Vignesh Manikam, Stefan Matiuski, Vamshi Krishna Mupaneni. Venkata Naga Madhu Harsha Nagala, Abhijith Narayanan Sudhakar, Shivang Yagnesh Kumar Padiyar. Joshua Yai Jun Park, Ankit Kamleshbai Patel, Madeline Grace Perrin. Parisa Safaju, Hector Salvat Garcia, Natalie Scalesi. Nemi Kautok Shah, Jawad Sharif, Vidish Gopal Shetye. Yu Shi, Musi Shu, Amritpal Singh. Jasmeet Singh, Xiaozhu Song, Ji Song. Yi Wen Su, Feng Tan, Suhasini Tankasala. Ameyu Befikadu Tolera, Amar Ujani, Bekime Uzeri. Aditya Vangara, Jingjing Wang, Ludi Wang. Vasudev Saikiran Yanamandra, Lei Yang, Ahmed Sarag Eldin Zayed. Chao Zhang, Huaichang Zhang, Jinyang Zhang. Lei Zhang, Yiqing Zhang, Liming Zheng. Zhuyan Zheng, Mi Zhao, Zhenji Zhuo. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Master of Engineering Science. Saud Alfayez, Wafa Anani, Chanzi Bai. Aditya Balaji, Matthew Alexander Bester, Mohammed Ovais Iqbal Bati. Alan Charles Carter, Ji Chen, Emma Jessie Farago. Tantan Kumar Gaurav, Navraj Singh Hir, Kenneth Kachi Ip. Okay. Robert Wilson Koch, Governor General Gold Medalist. Jia Meng, Ning Pan. No problem. Osheda. Osheda. Brett Polson, Marjan Ramin, Carlos Daniel Salgado Ojeda. Taylor Karen Stanbury, Alexander Martin Stevenson, Yanbei Huang. Yeah. Zhao Tian Yi, Ryan Mackenzie Weiss, Connie Wen. Li Yang Chan. I don't understand. Is this a new?
No, this is the posthumous degree. So you read that out, the whole thing.
Hessam Yousefi, posthumously awarded, represented by his brother Amir. Mr. Chancellor, The following are candidates for the degree Master of Professional Education. Mubaraka Bajwa, Jessica Natasha Ball, Nicole Barr, Connie Beck, Mamta Benafra, Janine Kimberly Berridge Paul, Lei Tsi, Mengjiao Cao, Jabin Carrasco, Yang Chang, Jia Yi Chen, Qingning Chen, Wenshan Chen, Kelsey Danielle Clark, Kate Condon, Sarah Christine Diane Costin, Michelle Krogi, Madeline Chloe Crystal, Jia Wei Cui, Dominic Custureri, Ting Ting Dai, Bianca De Grandis, Sean Darby, Renee Donaldson, Wenshan Dong, Heather Dort, Janice Lynn Doucette, Natasha Danielle D'Souza, Wenting Do, Erica Eshagan, Samantha Fabricino, Si Ying Fan, Hoyan Fang. Shuang Fang, Joanna Fell, Bo Chen Feng. Xiao Jia Feng, Aaron Jeffrey Forrest, Yu Ting Fu. Yu Shunyi Fu, Paula Ann Gallant, Jiawei Gao. Min Chen Gao, Sinya Gao, Yu Shun Gao. Fadia Gazal, Jody Marie Gillier, Junfei Gong.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take advantage of the change of orators to have a round of applause for those who have already crossed the stage.
Thomas David Gray, Elisa Graziano, Kaichi Guan. Christine Lee Guerrero, Haoyue Guo, Asif Sami Hak. Olivia Margaret Hayho, Zhengwen He, Jordan Hennessy. Kelsey Haid, Tracy Huang, Hala Hussein. Michelle Hyde, Acacia Jackman, Barbara Ann Jackson. Nicole Andrea Jacobs, Rudy Eric James, Mazna Kamal. Aizan Khan, Fatima Kakujuri, Lydia Kovacs. Gwyn Angela Kozma, Hyojong Ko, Radochka Guzmanovich Mihailovich. Melanie Lefebvre, Jahang Lee, Jai Lee. Ji Li, Kun Li, Mengqing Li. Sining Li, Huan Liang, Yan Liang. Kun Liu, Lin Liu, Chuchan Lu. Luisa Angela Louis, Sydney Lusk, Yuan Ma. Brianne Mayo, Julie Lynn Marion, Sierra Maria Massara. Alyssa Marie McGovern, Jessica McNiven, Adriana Christina Medic. Stephanie Meinecke, Kay Meng, Huijun Miao. Donna Natasha Ann Mortimer, Samantha Elizabeth Nowak, Kristen Palmer. Xiaolei Pan, Yichin Pan, Andrew George Paquin. Chantal Paranavathana, Sejal Parmar, Alexander Pastuzok. Ashlyn Patterson March, Shui Pei, Chin Peng. Sarah Muhammad, Lena Petzo, Diane Pham. Shandell Morgan Phillipson, Christina Pastorero Fontana, Lori Ann Priolo. Laura Proctor, Danielle Nicole Pusateri, Amy Chen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your patience has been wonderful, and I really appreciate it. I know our graduates appreciate it. So let's take a minute, though, to congratulate these graduates who have crossed the stage.
Rosa Rossi, Mackenzie Scott, Noellen Salvanayagam. Adewale Olenake Shamonda, Ethni Sheeran, Teal Shirk Luckett. Jasmine Carr Sidhu, Amanda Jean Sim, Taylor Sparling. Jasmine Stadnick, Melissa Ann Stedman, Jennifer Stegman. Catherine Ann Stortz, Christy Allison Sundwell, Yilin Tan. Lori Beth Taylor, Laura Jennifer Thorkeldson, Allison Trin. Sushuan Tu, Gada Turk, Vinuka Vijayakumar. Rizwan Wadera, Jiqing Wang, Junhan Wang. Yijing Wang, Zuyu Wang, Shi Wen. Chad Williams, Jing Wu, Ping Wu. Qing Wu, Hailun Jia, Jinyu Zhu. Naihui Xu, Xiu Xiu Xu, Jingwen Yang. Jiaowei Yi, Yuanyuan Yi, Jinyi Yin. Ting Yu, Shi Yu, Hitong Yuan. Xi Zhang, Xiaowen Zhang, Jinqi Zhang. Yi Zhang, Yinmei Zhang, Xiaotong Zheng. Bingying Zhu, Mo Zhu, Jiwen Zhu. Huiwen Zhu, Jingwen Zhu, Lin Zhu. Yu Zhu. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates from the Faculty of Engineering for the degree Bachelor of Engineering Science. Darren John-Paul Bujea, Adrian Marilyn Dow, Corinne Bailey Marie Dawson. Tamer Elah, Osama Fahim, Michaela Ann Ferguson. Catherine Elise Hula, David Alexander Jorna, Nicholas Socrates Kaketsis. Dong Hyun Lee, Yanir Levy, Gary Shimon Litwin. Emily Rose McLennan, Mohammed Moalen, Anthony Joseph Pucci. Tiana Reich, Matthew Stikos, Lucas Ponzo Taratalia. Yan Sheng.
In the name of the Senate, I grant to the Registrar the authority to confer degrees, diplomas, and certificates to those candidates whose names appear in the official program but who are not present today. At this time, I invite Dr. Jason Winders of our Alumni Association to say a few words.
Good morning, all. It was only a few years ago that I was sitting exactly right here where you guys are, and when the guy from the Alumni Association got up after hearing about 1,000 names, I either wanted to cry or boo. So I appreciate you doing neither one right now. I promise you this PowerPoint presentation I'm going to show you is only going to take about half an hour, and then we'll be done with the whole thing, and then we'll be to lunch, I promise. On behalf of the Alumni Association, let me be the first to welcome you as our newest members. You join a global community of 300,000 Western alumni, and that's among the largest in Canada. As alumni, we're united by our memories that we created here, and your Alumni Association is committed to fostering those memories and keeping them alive through the many programs and services and networking opportunities that we offer, not only in the days ahead, but in the years ahead. Instead of listing all those right now, I will say we will be in touch in the future, but right now, today, it's about you and about celebrating. So let me just say from myself personally, from those of us on stage, and from your brothers and sisters in the alumni, Western alumni, congratulations to you all today. Enjoy the day. Congratulations again. Thank you.
Before closing Convocation, I wish to express my appreciation to all who have contributed to the success of the day. In particular, and on your behalf as well, I want to thank the University of Western Ontario Convocation Brass for their magnificent performance and their director, Professor James Mackay. May I request that the audience remain at their seats while the academic procession leaves the hall. Convocation is now adjourned.